Welcome to the Ohio River Scenic Byway. There are countless ways to explore the many places Ohio has to offer, but today we are going to take you on a journey down the historic Ohio River. The Ohio River, which is 981 miles long, was formed by the confluence of the Allegheny and the Monongahela rivers in southwest Pennsylvania at Pittsburgh. It flows northwest, then generally southwest, to enter the Mississippi River at Cairo, Illinois. We will take you down the river to each county that touches the Ohio River and point out some of the many places to visit while traveling down the Ohio River Scenic Byway. Our journey begins in Columbiana County, which is the first county in northeast Ohio that the river enters the state of Ohio. Do take your camera for photographic scenes from and of the river, especially in the fall when the fall foliage along the river is at its peak. For the byway proper, travelers should follow byway markers. In a downriver direction, the primary routes are Ohio 39, Ohio 7, US 52, and US 50. Loops near Ohio 7 at Belpre are on Ohio 618 and at Torch through Middleport on Ohio 124 and Ohio 7 Business Loop. Again, byway markers rather than route markers are the best guide. Columbiana County, Ohio. The Ohio River starts at the confluence of the Allegheny and the Monongahela rivers in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, which is just east of East Liverpool, Columbiana County, Ohio. At this state line, the Ohio portion of the Ohio River starts a 470-mile downstream flow, while the nearby Ohio River Scenic Byway starts on Ohio State Route 39. The byway moves to Ohio State Route 7 south within the East Liverpool area. East Liverpool has the distinction of being the pottery capital of the world for the past 150 years. At one point, more than 200 pottery factories were located across the city. In recognition of this heritage, the Ohio Historical Society operates the Museum of Ceramics in East Liverpool. This museum houses a fine collection of utilitarian and artware, produced as far back as 1839. The displays include the world's largest collection of lotusware. This pottery industry in the late 19th century was considered more important than steel in Pittsburgh, or today's auto manufacturing in Detroit. Representative of this period is the Thompson House Mansion, built in the Italianate style by pottery magnate C.C. Thompson in 1876, and preserved in turn-of-the-century grandeur. Tours can be arranged for both the museum and mansion as well as the Hall China Company, where you can observe making of world-famous pottery, including a line of Longaberger pottery. Another tie to pottery making is the Tri-State Pottery Festival in East Liverpool, starting for 3 days on the third Thursday in June. The Lou Holtz Upper Ohio Valley Hall of Fame and Museum was established to showcase individuals and communities throughout a region extending from western Pennsylvania to Wheeling, West Virginia, for outstanding contributions in commerce, medicine, politics, sports, entertainment, and community enrichment. Lou Holtz memorabilia and unique exhibits are included in the attraction. East Liverpool's early place in the history of the Northwest Territory is evident by the Point of Beginning Monument, where the first stake was placed in surveying the territory. Do ask the locals about Public Enemy No. 1, Pretty Boy Floyd's death at Conkle Farm in East Liverpool. For more information on Columbiana County, please contact the following. Steubenville and Jefferson County. Fort Steuben Park, adjacent to the Byway in Steubenville, is home to the Scenic Byway Visitor Center, as well as historic Fort Steuben. Originally built in 1787 to protect the surveyors of the Northwest Territory, Historic Fort Steuben was reconstructed on the original site overlooking the Ohio River and presents an authentic experience of military life of the Ohio frontier. The neighboring First Federal Land Office, where new settlers registered their deeds, provides a view of early 18th century activities. Summer concerts are held in nearby Berkman Amphitheater. Steubenville is home to many unique attractions, such as the City of Murals project, where you find the city's rich history painted on outside walls in larger-than-life proportions by American and Canadian artists. Instead of turning pages of a book, you need only turn a corner to come face to face with stories of how the city grew throughout its 200-year history. This outdoor gallery consists of 25 murals located on buildings in downtown Steubenville and Hollywood Plaza, including a mural of one of Steubenville's most famous sons, Dino Crocetti, also known as Dean Martin. The Cregan Animation Factory, one of the world's largest manufacturers of animated and costume characters, is located in downtown Steubenville. A tour of the factory reveals how animations are designed and created, from concept, sculpting, and dressing to making them walk and talk. In a peaceful corner of the campus at the Franciscan University of Steubenville, visit an outdoor creche and the St. Mary of the Angels of Portiuncula Chapel, a replica of the chapel that St. Francis of Assisi rebuilt. Take in the views of Ohio's Scenic Byway while traveling to neighboring community, historical Mount Pleasant, a quaint village nestled among the rolling hills of the Ohio Valley, 25 miles southwest of Steubenville. While in Mount Pleasant, you can visit 6 sites that are on the National Register of Historical Places, including the Friends Yearly Meeting House, an architectural achievement of 1814, built to seat 2,000 people. Enjoy Steubenville's rich culture by timing your visit to include Steubenville Traditions, which features 3 events: the Old Fort Steuben Festival, the Dean Martin Festival, and the Greek Food Festival. Held in June, Steubenville Traditions attracts visitors from all over the world. For more information on Jefferson County, please contact the following. Belmont County. Upon return to the Byway and Ohio State Route 7 South, the entry into Belmont County is minutes away. The Belmont County Museum in Barnesville is a 26-room mansion, constructed in the late 1800s, and finished in exquisite Victorian style. Hand-carved oak fretwork and mantels represent the finest craftsmanship of the era. At St. Clairsville, enjoy the Great Western Schoolhouse. The Little Red Schoolhouse, constructed in 1870 and used through 1952, contains old-fashioned desks with built-in inkwells, McGuffey readers, and a pot-bellied stove, along with many other items traced to days gone by. In Belmont, the 1,232-acre Bark Camp State Park recognizes local painter Harley Warwick, who traveled over 50,000 miles a year as a mail pouch barn painter. One of the decorated barns is in the park. The historic Blaine S. Bridge is in the community of Blaine. This oldest, 1828, in Ohio, is one of 3-arch design. In Barnesville, ride the Purple Bus into the pasture of Dickinson Cattle Company, where the largest herd of registered quality Texas Longhorn cattle east of San Francisco can be found. The Barnesville Pumpkin Festival during the last full Thursday through Sunday weekend in September offers weigh-in of giant pumpkins, fiddle contest, and more. Near the Byway in Bel Air is the National Imperial Glass Museum. Presented is an extreme array of imperial glassware, including candlewick, Cape Cod, Carnival, milk glass, and slag. Imperial is one of the largest and most diverse of the companies that made up the American handmade glass industry. Each mid-July, Jamboree in the Hills, the Super Bowl of country music festivals, occurs in Morristown. For more information on Belmont County, please contact the following. Monroe County. In 1878, wooden wicket dams were placed on the main stream of the Ohio River, raising the minimum depth to 6 feet. Today, steel and concrete dams have replaced the original dams, and the average depth of the river is 24 feet. The Hannibal Lock and Dam is ideal for a look-see at one of these modern high-lifted gate dams. This location is adjacent to the Byway in Monroe County, and the visit is enhanced by interpretive displays. The view of the locking chambers, which are 2, is even better if one drives the bridge within sight to West Virginia before returning to the Byway. At Sardis, a unique town pump sits at a street intersection 1 block from the Byway. Residents of the area come to this location to fill their containers with fresh drinking water. Further downstream is a location called Fly, where you can take the 8-car ferry across the mighty Ohio to Sisterville, West Virginia, and return to the Byway in Ohio. This is one of the 2 remaining ferries on the Ohio portion of the river. It is a fun round trip on the river to experience the ride via flat barge and view the shore from another perspective. Monroe County is often referred to as the Switzerland of Ohio. The area was originally settled around 1800 by a group of Swiss immigrants who were flatboating down the river in search of a home further west. They made landfall one night in what is now Monroe County and fell in love with the area that reminded them of their home back in Switzerland. You, too, will fall in love with this beautiful area when you visit. The county has 2 covered bridges, one being the Knowlton Covered Bridge, which is 195 feet in length, one of the longest remaining covered bridges. The county has a quilt barn self-driving tour, which is called the Patchwork Jewels of Monroe County. Over 20 barns have colorful art representing the many designs of quilt squares. The Switzerland of Ohio Black Walnut Festival takes place in the county seat, Woodsfield, during the 2nd week in October. This old-time festival has crafts, displays, and wagon rides. For more information on Monroe County, please contact the following. Washington County, including part of Wayne National Forest. This county is home to the initial 3 permanent settlements in the Northwest Territory, Marietta, Belpre, and what is now known as Waterford. This early and later history has created several museums in the county. Marietta has the Campus Martius Museum, Northwest Territory and Pioneer Life Focus, and the Ohio River Museum, housed in a moored steam stern-wheel craft, the W.P. Schneider, Jr. Both of these facilities are operated by the Ohio Historical Society. In Belpre, you can experience Farmers Castle Museum and Educational Center, where a continuing Underground Railroad exhibit is the anchor attraction. In Belpre's Depot Park is a caboose museum, operated by the Ohio and Little Kanawha Division of the C.P. Huntington National Historical Railroad Society. Quaint red brick streets and shops with antiques and collectibles add to the mystique of Marietta, a town named in honor of Queen Marie Antoinette. Take a leisurely walk from the main city across the Harmer Railroad Bridge to discover Harmer Village for further unique shopping, pubs, and restaurants. The castle in Marietta is an outstanding example of Gothic Revival architecture and open for guided tours. Other attractions in this county seat are Betsy Mills Club, Toy and Doll Museum, Henry Fearing House, and narrated sightseeing cruises aboard the Valley Gem Sternwheeler. Belpre, known as the baby doll capital of the world, is home for Middleton Doll, the nation's leading designer of collectible and play baby dolls. The museum takes visitors on a journey through a history of innovative doll making. Sweet Apple Farm, operating since 1940 in Vincent, welcomes over 9,000 visitors every fall to experience life on a dairy farm. Visitors relax, remember, and smile while exploring the 4-acre corn maze, hay rides, animal center, farm market, and more. Each of the 14 river counties has numerous events and festivals. A different experience is the Belpre Holiday Lights Festival, open each evening from Thanksgiving through New Year's. The animated and fixed-colored lighting displays feature the world's largest Christmas carousel, animals, sea creatures, nursery rhymes, action scenes, and hundreds of other pieces of lighting art. For more information on Washington County, please contact the following. Athens County. Athens County, with only a few miles of byway and Ohio River shoreline, still offers many sights and experiences for the traveler. The city of Athens has Ohio's oldest institution of higher learning, Ohio University, established in 1804 with a showplace campus. The Kennedy Museum of Art at the university is located in an elegant 19th century historic structure. The museum features changing and permanent exhibits. The Native American collection is recommended for your viewing. The Dairy Barn Cultural Arts Center, listed on the National Registry of Historic Places, is a 6,500-square-foot gallery, with the Quilt National and Bead International among the changing exhibits. The city and surrounding region offers great experiences of the outdoors, to include not only the Wayne Forest with its Welcome Center on U.S. Route 33 near Nelsonville, but Stroud's Run State Park, Hocking-Adena Bikeway, the Athens City Preserve with over 300 acres of horse, bike, and hiking trails, a 21-barn, 90-mile quilt barn trail, and the Designier State Nature Preserve. USA Today named the area one of the country's 10 great places with arts-filled spaces, and Nelsonville basks in this creative spirit. For this thoroughly artistic experience, start your trip at the Victorian Public Square in Nelsonville. You can hobnob around the dozens of shops and galleries housed in historic structures making up this arts district. Stewart's Opera House is the cornerstone of the district, and it is a restored theater that reflects the splendor of its days as host to vaudeville, melodrama, and minstrel shows. The Opera House hosts more than 75 events a year. April through October, take a leisurely ride on the Hocking Valley Scenic Railway, catching the train at the Nelsonville Depot. The county has a dozen festivals over the course of a year, and perhaps your schedule will take you to the city of Athens for the summertime's best festival, Ohio Brew Week. A celebration of microbrews crafted in Ohio. Enjoy 7 nights of sampling the very best microbrews in this region, and cap the week off with Athens' annual Boogie on the Bricks Music Festival. For more information on Athens County, please contact the following. Meigs County. The Ohio River has the Big Bend in Meigs County. The byway follows the river closely in the upriver part of the county, where you'll observe the greenhouse district and truck gardening with flowers and vegetables being grown. At Portland is Buffington Island, Ohio's only Civil War battlefield site where battle reenactment takes place on a limited schedule. Part of the old Portland School building is being turned into a Civil War educational center and museum, with a 3-acre park adjacent to the building. A few miles from the byway, in Chester, is the 1823 restored Chester Courthouse, a museum housing library, artifacts, and historical displays. The structure is Ohio's oldest existing courthouse. Fork Ed State Park has rolling hills, beautiful seasonal foliage, and wildlife, everything that makes Meigs County beautiful. This park is adjacent to the Shade River State Forest, and the 102-acre freshwater lake is near Reedsville. Hiking trails, fishing, boating, swimming, family picnic areas, and recreational grounds are near the campgrounds. Pomeroy, like much of the entire county, has artisans that demonstrate skills and peddle creations. Pomeroy's linear main street borders the river, and when it comes to streets, there is not a cross street in town, only tangent touches. And then there is the present Meigs County Courthouse, set in the side of a cliff. This 3-story building offers a ground-level entrance on each story, gaining a dimension in Ripley's Believe It or Not. The center portion of the village has an amphitheater at the river's edge. This location provides the setting for numerous good-weather events. River access for boating is available at 10 or more locations in the county. The Sternwheeler Riverfest takes place each September in Pomeroy, where rivercraft line the wharf, and many contests include a chili cook-off. For more information on Meigs County, please contact the following. Gallia County. 10 miles from the byway in Rio Grande, you will find the 1,000-acre Bob Evans Farm. This farm offers something for everyone. Whether your interests are in taking a nostalgic journey to the past, to simple pioneer living, shopping for one-of-a-kind craft items, enjoying a day of family relaxation, attending one of the special events, or visiting the Homestead Museum, you are sure to come away with favorable memories to share. Primary among the events is the Bob Evans Farm Festival each October. This 3-day celebration of the harvest season attracts thousands with entertainment, traditional arts and crafts, farm contests, food, children's activities, and farm demonstrations. The display of big trucks, Red Hat Society Day, Rio Grande Bean Dinner, Radio Control Fly-In, and Kids Day are among other yearly events. The Our House State Memorial in Gallipolis is a public museum in an 1819 restored tavern. The 3-story structure, in a federal style, was built in 1819. In addition to its tap room, dining room, and other traditional facilities, a ballroom existed for social functions. General Lafayette's visit is remembered with a ceremony each spring. This museum of today serves as a memorial to the French families who founded Gallipolis. You will find the charm and subtle influence of French culture obvious when you wander through the quaint historical central business district and the beautiful historic residential section of Gallipolis. Another interesting stop is at the French Art Colony, a multi-arts center in the historic Garden Lots district. Like so many of our river communities, Gallipolis utilizes the river in their annual River Recreation Festival. The American Bass Anglers Fishing Tournament follows later in July. For more information on Gallia County, please contact the following. Lawrence County. Ironton and South Point, the southernmost point in Ohio, are about midway on this county's portion of the byway, and the county makes up a wide part of the Hanging Rock Iron Region. This resource led to the first major expansion of iron manufacturing in the nation. The pig iron production made Ironton a terminal on the Iron Railroad and was the basis for the Ohio River shipping port, too. The great success of the iron industry and its allied manufacturing created men of great wealth. The affluence of those early days during the mid-1800s is reflected in many of Ironton's homes and churches, attractive reminders of a gracious Victorian lifestyle. The architectural and historical significance of the buildings are showcased in a self-guided driving tour that covers a 4-block by 2-block rectangular shape. The Wayne National Forest covers 68,000 acres in the county and is home to covered bridges and the remains of several iron furnaces. Lake Vesuvius, a 143-acre lake nestled in the wooded hills, provides boating and fishing. It is part of about 559 acres of lake that includes the 100-acre Timber Ridge Lake, Several campgrounds service the county. Sims Creek runs 99 miles and is ideal for a family canoe trip. There are additional areas along the creek suitable for camping and fishing. A variety of fish, such as muskie, bass, crappie, catfish, and rock bass are typical catches. The Ohio River in South Point was the route to freedom when a wealthy Virginia plantation owner, James Twyman, freed his 37 slaves in 1849. Today, the Burlington 37 Cemetery serves as a monument in remembrance of the sacrifices made by those brave individuals. Another major attraction with outstanding architectural beauty and modernism is the Proctorville Suspended Bridge. In Scottstown, the Appalachian Uprising Bluegrass Festival takes place for 3 days starting the first Thursday in June. For more information on Lawrence County, please contact the following. Scioto County. The Scioto County Welcome Center doubles as a visitor information point for the Byway. This attractive building is located across the street from the near midpoint of the Portsmouth's well-known flood wall murals. Internationally known muralist Robert Dafford, along with local associates, created over 50 of these murals on the wall interior. It is said that this is the largest known work of art by a single artist. A street and sidewalk allows viewing the paintings on foot or by motor vehicle. Local history and the origin of national figures like Branch Rickey and Roy Rogers are typical subjects of the art. The Bonneyfiddle district has been refurbished to express the intriguing architecture of Portsmouth's past. It is one of the oldest neighborhoods, offering visitors a glimpse of history in both structure and service. Antique shops and retail outlets embrace the significance of these century-old buildings. Shawnee State University in Portsmouth can be your portal to new worlds. Their Clark Planetarium, one of only 50 high-tech Digistar 2 planetariums on Earth, provides breathtaking images of the cosmos. Also in Portsmouth, the 1810 House Museum is an historic old farm homestead that clearly represents the courage of pioneers who cleared, settled, and cultivated a wild forest near the mighty Ohio River. 8 rooms show the various 19th and early 20th century style of home furnishings, as well as clothing and housewares. Shawnee State Park is nestled in the 60,000-acre Shawnee State Forest. Once the hunting grounds of the Shawnee Indians, the region is one of the most picturesque in the state, featuring erosion-carved valleys and wooded hills. The Golf Resort and Conference Center features a cedar and flagstone lodge with 50 rooms and 25 two-bedroom cottages. 65 miles of hiking trails are ideal for avid hikers or photographers looking to capture wildlife and wildflower scenery with their cameras. For more information on Scioto County, please contact the following. Athens County. We admit it is 25 miles from the Byway, but the Great Serpent Mound in the northern part of Athens County is a must-see for experiencing the works of the mound builders. This attraction is atop a plateau overlooking Brush Creek Valley, and it is the largest and finest serpent effigy in the United States. Nearly a quarter of a mile long, it apparently represents an uncoiling serpent. Who built this fascinating earthwork, when, and why? These questions have plagued scientists for more than a century. Visitors from around the globe descend on Peebles in Athens County to take in the view of this winding earthwork from high upon a tower or along a walkway hugging the serpent's body. This county has a thriving community of Amish families. They have excused themselves from modern conveniences, such as electricity, in the belief that a life of simplicity and hard work brings one closer to God. Amish handcrafted furniture, uniquely detailed in shops, is a breath of fresh air. Bakery treats, plus herbs and vegetables straight from the farm, will add to your experience in their small settlement named Unity. The clothesline of quilts, with barns displaying the designs and colors of quilt squares, started in Athens County. Old Maid's Puzzle, Broken Dishes, Snail's Trail, many more patterns are on the barns of the county. After starting the practice here, most, if not all, of the 14 counties of the Byway have quilt barns, with the trend now reaching other states. One of Athens County's most unique features is its prevalent white oak and cedar mixed forest. Here deer and turkey find abundant acorn crop and ample secure bedding and roosting areas to sustain a robust population. The Tranquility Wildlife Area is popular with visiting hunters, and with good reason. It has over 4,250 acres of diverse habitats, sheltering nearly all of Ohio's game species. Located in southeastern edge of Athens County is the wilderness area of 63,250-acre Shawnee State Forest, Ohio's largest state forest. Also, a large portion of Brush Creek State Forest is located in the county's northeast corner. Ohio Brush Creek flows 57 miles unhindered through the center of the county and is a favorite of fishermen and canoeists. The stream flows through rural farmland and past forested hills and is easy to float a canoe from April through June. There are 5 public canoe accesses on the stream and 2 boat ramps. The section of the Ohio River in Athens County contains 3 islands, 2 of which are part of the Ohio River National Wildlife Refuge. Ohio River boaters can launch at 4 public ramps in Athens County. Athens County is also a place of diverse plant life, with colorful spring and late summer wildflowers, numerous natural prairies, and is home to 5 state natural preserves. Athens County can also boast one of the largest private preserves in the East, with nearly 14,000-acre Edge of Appalachian Preserve. The preserves are also great places for bird watching. Spring warbler migrations in Athens County draw visitors from all over the state. The Old-Time Herb Fair takes place in Manchester during the second weekend in October. It is an arts, crafts, and flower show combined into one big event and draws thousands of visitors during those 2 days. Athens County also has its share of small-town festivals, from Old Timers' Day to the Seaman Street Fair, which have become must-do local events. Athens County's rural flavor offers the perfect escape for a scenic afternoon drive. The many county and township roads that wind through the countryside have wonderful views and little traffic. One of the most scenic is the US 52 Ohio River Scenic Byway from Manchester to Sandy Springs. The views of the river and the mountainous countryside are spectacular. It's easy to get lost on Athens County back roads, but don't worry, half the fun is finding your way back. For more information on Athens County, please contact the following. Brown County. Historic Ripley, known as Freedom's Landing, still has residential and commercial buildings that were once owned by anti-slavery men and women who worked as conductors on the Underground Railroad. Front Street on the Ohio River is the most notable section within the historic part of town, with homes of Ripley's, noted abolitionists and railroaders. The Liberty Monument at the foot of Main Street on the river commemorates local anti-slavery figures like Reverend John Rankin, John Parker, and others. Secret hiding places were built in buildings. An intricate system of alternate routes was established. Disguises were used and pursuers were led on fruitless chases by decoys. Also, false information was fed to eager, unsuspecting slave owners. John Rankin's house remains high on Liberty Hill beyond the river shoreline. 100 steps lead up the hill, or you can travel by car or bus to the rear of the structure. A self-guided Freedom's Landing brochure is available. This publication contains data on 14 sites. It was here that Harriet Beecher Stowe heard the escaping slave's story, which became the basis for part of her famous work, Uncle Tom's Cabin. Also in Ripley is the Ohio Tobacco Museum, which is Ohio's only museum on the subject. Each room in the museum has a theme: General Ulysses S. Grant cigars, white burley tobacco, tobacco farming, early production equipment, and the importance the Ohio River played in the economic success farming had on the area is included in the exhibits. A few wineries exist along the byway, and you may enjoy a visit to the Kincaid Ridge Estate Winery near Ripley. Cabernet Sauvignon, Cabernet Franc, Syrah, Petit Verdot, Viognier, Roussanne, Sauvignon Blanc, and Riesling are Kincaid's primary varieties. Wine writers have been giving favorable comments on Kincaid's winery for years. The U.S. Grant Homestead is in Georgetown. The house was designated a National Historic Landmark in 1982. Grant resided here until he left for West Point. The second remaining ferry boat ride on the Ohio River is at Higginsport, connecting Brown County with Augusta, Kentucky. This 8-car ferry flat, pushed by a tugboat Jenny Ann, offers an inland waterway experience for children that is becoming more rare. For more information on Brown County, please contact the following: Clermont County. Shiloh, near the eastern county line on the byway, is the location of our third and different visitor center. Again, located at an attraction, this location is an interpretive and display site concerning Ohio River history. Each exhibit portrays sweet memories, as well as the woes and tribulations that follow the river's path. On the grounds of the former low-lift Shiloh Lock 14, one can explore hands-on how wicket dams and locks work, operating the 1/3 scale interactive model. Located at the river's edge, watch and learn to identify passing towboats and their barges, or take in the panoramic view from the observation deck. The grounds are a park that offer activities for the entire family, including an historic river walk, riverscape seating with picnic areas. Observe wildlife in 1.5-acre wetland or adjacent Crooked Run Nature Preserve. The preserve is owned by the Ohio Department of Natural Resources and is listed as one of the top watchable wildlife areas in Ohio. Enjoy frequent sightings of beaver, deer, waterfowl, migrating songbirds, and an occasional bald eagle. Clermont County's Freedom Trail of Underground Railroad and Abolitionist sites lists 33 locations spread over 6 communities on the self-guided tour. In Point Pleasant, Ulysses S. Grant's birthplace, is a basic 2-room frame structure built in 1817. In this home, Grant, the 18th President of the United States, spent his younger years. The grounds and park provide a scenic view of the Ohio River along the byway. You can celebrate the life of Civil War hero and U.S. President Grant at a celebration held the 4th Saturday in April. East Fork State Park, one of Ohio's largest state parks, offers great diversity of recreational opportunities. Featured are 416 campsites, 85 miles of hiking trails, 46 miles of backpack trails, and 57 miles of bridle trails, 5 miles of mountain bike trails, 1,200-foot swimming beach, fishing, hunting, boating, and picnicking. This attractive parkland is near Bethel. Good things are happening in the village of New Richmond. This Ohio River Clermont County village has long been noted as having one of the best riverfronts of any city or village along the Ohio River scenic route. This quaint village along the Ohio River is experiencing a renaissance, combining good political and individual leadership together with a few good successful individuals returning back to their hometown with visionary ideas, sweat equity, and capital. The renaissance is well underway. Upgraded restaurants, a new coffee house, various new festivals, new arts initiatives, creative signage, and many refurbished stores along the village's riverfront augurs well for a bright and vibrant future for the village of New Richmond. For more information on Clermont County, please contact the following. Hamilton County. This byway trip in the downriver direction has thus far covered 13 Appalachian counties, giving exposure to the countryside, small, unincorporated communities, locations with village governments, cities, only a few with populations over 20,000, but now comes Hamilton County and Cincinnati, a major metropolitan area. Great experiences await you. At the very heart of the region, Cincinnati blends tradition with innovation. Catch the nation's oldest professional baseball team in action and enjoy one of the most respected opera companies or discover a rising star at one of the country's hottest independent music festivals. And make for the goal line with the Bengals of the National Football League. The families will like Paramount's Kings Island, including Nickelodeon Universe, and the park's watery Crocodile Dundee's Boomerang Bay. More amusement park fun beckons at Coney Island, where more than 50 retro rides encourage even the youngest to buckle up. Families spend days exploring the 3 museums and 1 giant IMAX theater at the Cincinnati Museum Center at Union Terminal. Kids and nature lovers discover acres of excitement at Cincinnati Zoo and Botanical Gardens. You can complete your upriver look-see of Underground Railroad history with a visit to the National Underground Railroad Freedom Center in Cincy. This center reveals stories about freedom's heroes, from the era of the Underground Railroad to contemporary times, challenging and inspiring everyone to take courageous steps to freedom today. In early October, the only gathering of steamboats in the country assemble at the public landing on the Cincinnati riverfront. This Tall Stacks Festival attracts top music acts and has something for everyone. For more information on Hamilton County, please contact the following. We hope you enjoyed our journey down the historic Ohio River, and we encourage you to visit the many places along the Ohio River Scenic Byway. For more information about the Ohio River Scenic Byway, you can contact them at the following.